I'll never get back to that for a couple of reasons. They had Jack Vickers, who was a major booster. They don't have that same kind of financial input and input, what I mean, and authority. He had his thumb on the program. And secondly, they were able to recruit a lot of guys out of Texas and Louisiana. Alfred Williams, we'll just throw out his name, everybody knows who he is. Cordell Stewart.
California too.
And those guys, but the reason why I'm concentrating on Louisiana and Texas is that they had a savior in Robert Six, who was the owner of Continental Airlines. He gave all those guys jobs in the summer. They don't have that same. So if you were living in Houston, or you were living in somewhere in Louisiana, you could go in Houston and make some good money being a baggage handler during the summer, if you get my drift. And he had that real underground tunnel from that area at both ends, that they could have summer jobs. And I'm not saying they didn't do their jobs, but they did. And Alfred Williams would tell you that he loaded baggage. They weren't loading lobsters that weighed 100 pounds, but they had that, and they had President Weber, who wanted to slip players in that weren't of the academic standards of CU. And they're still doing that some of the time, where there are ways where you can make some exceptions for student athletes who have potential. But you can't have 40 guys like at Nebraska or Oklahoma that don't meet high standards of CU. It's not going to happen.
ESPN actually asked me to sit down for an interview on this, because I called their play-by-play starting in 1990. And we couldn't coordinate schedules. So I will watch it at some point. Absolutely want to watch it. Because Woody and I will know everybody in the program, so it'll be very interesting to take a look back. I had many a religious discussion with Bill McCartney, because he did the coaches show at Channel 4 on Sunday nights. And I was there on Sunday nights coming back from Broncos games, putting together my Broncos stuff for that evening's newscast. They weren't fun conversations. Bill basically told me, because I'm Jewish and I don't believe in Jesus Christ, I'm going to hell. And he told me that a number of times. So I'm curious to see how they deal with the religious aspect, because that's what much of the 30-30 is about. Mm-hmm. Will they ever be a powerhouse again? Only one way: if they get a very special coach who is a very special recruiter. And that's what Bill McCartney was. That's the only way to do it.
Greatest recruiter in the world. Plus, on his staff, at that time, he had 8 or 9 guys that went on to become head coaches.
Great staff.
I mean, everybody from Rick Neuheisel, who he really didn't want, who ended up replacing him, but Gary DiNardo, Gary Barnett, you can go down the line. I mean, he put together a staff.
Mike Hankwitz. Yeah.
He put together a staff that was world class.
It's an all-star staff. Yep.
And he was considered, when he was at Michigan State, he was considered as an assistant coach the best recruiter in the country, and he kept that up here. And so whatever your discussion was with him, and I had it, my father went to hell based on him. He was trying to save me from going to hell. He couldn't save you, but he was trying to save me.
I wouldn't let him save me.
And he finally gave up on me, but he told me my father went to hell because he didn't go to church.
Yeah. Oh, well.